Alright, and welcome to episode 2 of InfoCast. Alright, I'm going to dive in, just show you guys the monetization. We're still gaining a lot of public watch hours, which I'm really proud of. And analytics for today says the last 28 days actually was 26,000. And before, I was hoping it would say it today, but it just went away today. But as you can see here, YouTube sent us this message, which again I'm really proud of because it's letting us know that now YouTube's paying attention to people who release content daily or in large amounts. And I know now it's been a while since I released more content. But anyways, they're telling you your hard work's paid off. So they feature your content. They bring it out to more people to view it once they browse around gaming on YouTube at least. That's my assumption. But if you see, the last content I released was just yesterday, but it was for God of War. So I need about an hour or two left just to finish it off. And yeah, then I can start making other content. Like, I know I still got to do the raid for King's Fall. I mentioned that on the last one. I thought I'd do it this weekend, but I just didn't have the time. And besides that, I still got Gotham Knights to play. There's plenty of single player stuff. I definitely need to finish off Dragonflight. But before I go into that, I wanted to show you guys. I still reply to all your comments. I'm still here, so please, again, guys, try to subscribe. Just get us to 1,000. I'd like to go over 1,000, but let us hit the initial goal. We'll set up our two-step verification, and yeah, we'll get things going. You'll see more content. I'm telling you, more content will be on here if we're getting at least some monetization going towards the channel. But either way, we're going to keep continuing, like I said, on the first InfoCast. Alright, let's dive into the news, because that's all the updates I have right now. There's not much new here, so onto the news section. So the first thing I want to talk about, is back when we had the DG podcast, before I decided to say, okay, this is the final one. And I didn't want it to really be the final one, but it seemed no one else wanted to do it except some people were like, yeah, I'll do it if this person's down, or I'll do it if you're down. So I just wanted to show off quickly some discussions, and then we'll go into the news section. So I totally forgot about this section because these are no longer gonna be podcast sections because some of these games are out. Like, to start off with, I don't know. Oh, this script is really old. So I was gonna say Dragonflight was one of them. One before it released. We are gonna talk about speculation about it, and even Lich King Classic. I think that's how long ago it's been. Yeah, it's been a year since our last District Gamers podcast, and I don't know if we'll ever do one again. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, we're going to talk about Half-Life's future direction and about Half-Life Alyx. And you can just read through this if you'd like. I'm not going to read through everything. But basically, we want to talk about VR, all the VR headsets. And this was before we heard about Oculus Quest 3, which is pretty pricey now. And they even raised the price on Quest 2, which I own. I got it at the original price. I'm thankful to do that, but the new Quest looks really good. I really wanted the Valve Index because that one looks like it would be the best. I don't know if specifically if it has the best graphics. I think Flying Ho told me, you gotta wait till the next Vive comes out. All I care is that it's wireless, and that's what I liked about Quest 2. It's wireless, and then you can still stream the games and play them on Steam, so I enjoy it. So anyways, we were talking about like Half-Life Alyx. Should they make another one? Should they make Half-Life 3 and a new VR? Because that tease at the end with the crowbar, I don't want to spoil anything because I know there's people without VR headsets that haven't played it yet. But you should definitely play Half-Life Alyx. At that time, it was before Back 4 Blood was out, so we were talking about Left 4 Dead VR. Now it's even more perfect to release a Left 4 Dead VR game because Back 4 Blood those are the original developers for Left 4 Dead, and even though I don't think it hit as good as Left 4 Dead did, like with the critics, it's still a good game to jump into, especially if you're a fan of that type of genre. And I know now there's Warhammer that came out new on Game Pass, Dark Tide, I think it's called. But anyways, if it's coming out of Valve, it should definitely be Left 4 Dead VR. That would be awesome. Like, I'm sure everyone would like it. And I know it's sort of taken a property that was made by Deep Turtle Rock. I think that was their name, but still, I mean, Valve owns the name. They should do something with it. At the time, VR2 was in the works, but now it's been revealed, so it looks interesting. I got a pre-order up on it, but I don't know if I'll sell that pre-order or not, because I've been hearing things like it's not going to be backward compatible, which Plus gave a few free games there, and if it's not backward compatible, then that's disappointing. If I can play the digital games that are off the store, I might keep it, so we'll see about that. But yeah, so we're talking about VR2, the purpose of them making it. If the purpose is that they want to update the graphics, make it better looking, because first VR, you can tell, like, if I played it, the graphics weren't all that compared to the Quest. I mean, I don't know, I can't really tell because I did play Resident Evil 4 VR, which was an old game, but I remember it had a lot of anti-aliasing issues. Astro Bot was fun when I played VR1, but I don't own VR1, so that's why I got VR2 thinking I could play VR1, but I don't know if I'll cancel the pre-order or what I'll do with that, but we'll find out. And then we were wondering if Microsoft or Nintendo will follow suit. I mean, I think they're going in different directions, but not necessarily going to make their own VR headsets. At least at this point, there hasn't been any news about that. So, yeah, this was going to be the script. Portal VR, I would really like that. That would be fun. It would have to be co-op, as I put here. And, yeah, I went into a lot of details about it, but unfortunately, these episodes didn't end up happening. We're going to talk about, like, older episodes at the time. I think E3 Nintendo was one of our favorites last year, but Microsoft ultimately was our favorite one, but Nintendo was a close second. We were disappointed that Sony left and only showed Horizon gameplay. That wasn't good enough to intrigue us to stay with Sony, to vote for them on anything. I think Ubisoft was disappointing. There was other ones, maybe Bethesda was the most disappointing. There was one company, but that was all in 2021, so it doesn't matter. I was hoping to get Zexi Haas's favorite game of the year for last year on here, but he didn't really play many games to form an opinion on it. So, anyways, let's see. We can dive into the news section right now. Let's see. Yeah, before I do that, I just want to quickly talk about Dragonflight. And I've got it loaded here. So, I've been playing Lich King a lot more. I only hit level 62 and Dragonflight. Again, I'm going to beat God of War first. God of War Ragnarok, last hour, 2 hours. Then probably I'll start playing more Dragonflight. But, excuse me. I was really disappointed. As a starting expansion, and just looking at the map, it was really disappointing. Like, it showed 3 new areas, and 4th being where the Drekthar start off. And the reason I was really disappointed with that, it didn't feel like a new expansion. It just felt like a patch update with more quests. What Shadowlands has been doing with each new patch, adding these new little chapters, and they end so quickly. And the fact that you can level up 3 levels by just doing professions. Obviously, the focus is no longer about leveling in World of Warcraft retail, but it's kind of sad because I know they made exploration a lot better. Flying in the game is really great. It feels great. It feels amazing, but I don't know. It doesn't warrant a new expansion, at least so far from the beginning. As I'm playing it, it's just feeling like a quest campaign grind, and the story's not even that good. Compared to playing Lich King and exploring all these lands and questing, maybe doing 50 quests or more each land, it felt like a better experience. But it's still early. I haven't played it much because I've been put off by it. But we'll see. When I hit level 70 now and I get further, we'll see if I start to enjoy it more. Well, I'll definitely have more videos. But as you can see here, I just got... the last one was leveling to level 62. The dungeons were okay. There's nothing wrong with them, but it just feels all casual. I know the endgame stuff is going to be like hardcore, but I don't got time for that. Especially doing Mythics plus 2, 3, 10. Mythics times 2, times 3, times 4, then times 5. I was never a fan of that. I'm more traditional. Normal, heroic. Give me normal, then give me heroic. Anyways, now we can move on to the news section. And again, my opinion might change about WoW retail once I get further. So the first thing I want to talk about is Google Stadia. So we all saw that refunds are coming out. I can actually show you guys the official email from Google. Let me just close that up. And where do we have it here? Right here. It's a part of the browser. Okay, so this is the email I got. Stadia service ready to wind down. And I know we saw that in news articles, but this is the official email from Stadia. And as you all know, Google Stadia failed. And like a lot of Google projects, they just get rid of them. But they're kind enough, because I have the Pro set, they're letting us all keep the controllers, but they're going to refund us as founders for what we purchased. And I think it was like $130 at the time. So that would be a great refund. I'm glad Google's actually doing that. And a lot of game developers are working together to move like characters for Destiny 2 off of Stadia and get them on the preferred platform they want to move to. It sucks, it really does, because playing streaming is another option you can use, but Google was never dedicated. As soon as they let go of all their first party studios, it showed they didn't care, and it showed that's when they were really winding down. So it's cool that products like Amazon Luna still do it, but I think xCloud is still going to shine the best on this and still going to work the best. As long as Microsoft keeps going, they will be great at that. And something they're not great at, which is our next topic, is the Xbox games with gold. And we are in December right now. And there's been a lot of news, a lot of like jokes being sent out towards Microsoft. And I'm probably not going to find the article. I read about it a while ago. Not a while, like a few days ago. But let's see if we can find it here. But literally, like, everyone's just, they want gold to go away. It's, look at the games they're providing. Oh, people are using the hashtag. Games with gold. And these are the games. And they're indie game titles. And that's what they've been doing. They've been following the same trend, releasing indie games. Now, not everyone is disappointed. Some people are like, hey, I never heard of this game, I'd like to try. And they play it, which is great. But compared to PS Plus games, like, Xbox hasn't released a good games with gold game in a long time. I can't remember. Like, I forget to even install them or like add them to my library because I just don't care anymore. Like, I have too many video games to want to add these free games. I still do Epic Games because the other day Epic Game Store had Evil Dead for free, which is great. And then they had Star Wars Squadrons. Those are big titles to be giving for free for anyone that can just register without even paying monthly, which is crazy. We definitely, if anything, ever bring back the podcast, we should definitely do an updated gaming service episode, which was like our number viewed episode, if you go back. But anyways, we need to do it. We need to add Epic. We need to add Ubisoft Plus. There's a few of them we need to talk about and see where they're at in the current times. But and yeah, there you go. There's just an example of Game Pass versus games with gold. This is just hilarious. There's meme after meme. and people are just like very disappointed. It looks like I'm coming up with a cold, so excuse me if I'm sniffing into the mic. But besides Xbox games with gold, PlayStation Plus had some bad news. It wasn't just Xbox. And I'm going to have to find this article too. So PS Plus is losing subscribers, and it talks that they lost 2 million subscribers since they launched the new service. Let's see if we can find it though. Let's put in the magic number 2 million and let's see if that's true. Has lost 2 million. Yeah, that's the news from the Illuminatory. Funny name for a website, but they're reporting that PlayStation Plus loses 2 million subscribers since PS Plus had the change with the 3 tiers. And to counter that, there's some rumored news coming out that Sony's going to have some day ones. So that's very bad news, and I see why people would be upset. It's because basically all the good stuff is in the $120 tier. And I mean, not all the good stuff. PS Plus still gets good stuff for being in the $60 tier. They get the free games a month, and they're much better than games with gold. But that's still bad news that they lost 2 million subscribers instead of gaining subscribers for adding newer tiers for service. So I read today about day one releases, and if this is true, this is the key to winning the services war against Microsoft. But more day one releases, it sounds like this is from Game Rant. Yeah, I got my ad block on during the stream. But anyways, December monthly games. Okay, we're seeing it's going to be Mass Effect, which is a great title. Biomutant. I bought that and didn't even have time to play it on Epic Games Store, but I got it like at $10 at the time. Doesn't matter. I got it on PC, which I will enjoy it. Anyways, you can see already the monthly games are better. But they're saying they're unlikely to include AAA games. December 3rd. Okay, so I misread it. I thought they were going to start adding day one games. This is not the direction you want to go into, but Sony still holds the cards, which we saw with God of War Ragnarok. If they threw that on the service, well, 2 million subscribers, I don't know. Sold 12 million the first week. Either way, it's tough. It's tough saying. I think there should be certain games releasing day ones that should be on the service, because a lot of the stuff you get is old. It's a year old at least, and you finally get it on the service. But they should have something released day one on the essential tier or the $120 tier for PS Plus, because make it worth people's... I know it's already worth it to get it if you purchase all those games separately versus a subscription. But still, Microsoft still releases day ones on Game Pass. And, I mean, if you see here, they have Darktide. And I think that just came out. Recently added Darktide right here, Warhammer. Like, come on. Plague Tale, Requiem. These are still good games. These could be considered AAA games. They are by some people. They got Battlefield, which is older, and not many people were happy about that, so they did a rehaul of the game. But still, like, Sony needs to get on that wagon. But yeah, that takes care of all the news sections. Again, I don't want to go on in an info cast. Tongue twisting again. But just want to update you guys on some interesting articles I saw. Oh, and the biggest one. Callisto protocol is suffering from stuttering on PC. Oh, there's a fix out now. Okay, this is new to me. I'm reading this live right now. So I was originally going to get this pre-ordered before it came out on Steam. I was surprised Green Man Gaming didn't have it. So if you ever want keys, instead of going to cdkeys.com, which I don't know if they're legit or if you can still get banned from that website, but this is definitely a legit website. But for some reason, they didn't get Callisto Protocol, and they still don't have it. They're working with the publisher to get it. But I was going to get it on Steam, and I'm like, you know what, let me wait. And the very next day, all you see, let's load up Steam, and I'll show you. Negative review after negative review about the performance. And some people were saying, hey, get it on PC, it'll run better. Or get it on PS5, and it'll run better. I don't know about Xbox. That's what they were saying in the reviews here. Excuse me. But you go up here. Oh, now they've moved to mixed. So they were mostly negative yesterday and the day before. But it looks like they're getting better. But as you can see, the game is like a hot chick with no personality. Looks good, but after a while, not very fun. Which is disappointing because these are the Dead Space developers, and I always liked Dead Space. I like Dead Space 1 and 2. Those were amazing. And I even enjoyed Dead Space 3, even though it became more action-based. I played it co-op with Zarik Meister, and we just had a blast. Like, there was things in that game you'd never see in any other video game, like one character freezing and playing in their mind while the other character's defending your body. I remember we were on the mics, and he's like, why are you just standing still? Start moving. I'm like, I'm in some other reality. I don't even see you, man. But things like that, they were creative. They need to do more of. But obviously more people want single-player experiences with horror, and they want good games on PC. Like, don't rush the release. This game should have came out next year and fixed all the technical issues, but they want that holiday money. They want to make that Christmas release date, which is it's sad to know that they want to do it. And then you got like Game Awards that don't even add any of the December games in there, which is about scheduling issues or whatever. But you know, our picks are gonna have every game for that year, and if it takes us till January, till February, till March to play them all and vote on them, we're gonna do that instead of rushing it. So we got Gotham Knights here. So this is another game I'd like to play, which I heard some people were still disappointed about. But anyways, yeah, that wraps the news section. Just look forward, like I said, to more videos. I'm gonna have the Destiny 2 raid finally be in it. The new season's coming out, which should be updated by Tuesday. I don't know if it was revealed yet. New dungeon. So I'll have a new dungeon on there as well, recorded. But I definitely didn't get a chance to do King's Fall raid, and I used to raid lead that on Destiny 1. Just haven't had time to see the changes, haven't had time to raid it. I plan to do at least in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, so we got Season 19, then we got Lightfall. But there's not much news on it, on what looks like what the new season's going to focus on. I hope it's not focusing on the same boss again that they've been giving rewards for. And it kind of sucks that their dungeons are tied to seasons. Basically, you gotta pay for the season pass to be able to play the new dungeons. But I guess that's their way of making money. So all we have is rumors right now. But look forward to that type of content. Anyways, thank you for joining this episode of InfoCast, and look forward to another one. Later.